randoms thoughts. We're jumping in with another, well, I'm going to call it an out-of-band game breakdown. This time from our hero over there, pointing the wrong way, in the blue trunks, Haukany. This is a game that was submitted. It's on one of the new maps, of course, and the MVP is Mildred. So we're going to have to see what Haukany has in store, but before we do, I of course want to let everybody know I am part of the content affiliate program. The Phobies team does give me stuff for producing Phobies content. Just giving you the full context before we dive in. It's going to happen right now. So as you can tell, I'm trying to take it easy. We're the night before Fright Night as we're recording this, trying not to stress my voice out. I'm not feeling super hot. So hopefully this game is going to ignite everything. Just get the excitement going. Or I'm going to be doing an ASMR stream the whole time. We'll have to see. But as mentioned, the notes here are Mildred is the MVP. Now here's the unique thing. Haukany's going first, and Haukany chose not to take the center with Snowball. That has been a common opener, a common suggestion for many people on this map. It's pretty easy to take your pockets. Obviously, you can send a Snowball up there right away. And then the fight kind of centers around this triangle, this triad of panic points in the center. The weird thing is not taking this and then allowing your opponent, like just giving up that first player advantage. But Haukany does have an extra button to press. Now, well, maybe not extra. Our bad guy here in the orange trunks does have more buttons, the unicorn and the snowball. But the Gravedigger, as we've seen in a ton of games lately, both breakdowns and other Fright Night games and all kinds of stuff, Gravedigger opens up a lot of opportunities, both literally and figuratively. Well, does it count as literally if it's in a video game? I don't know. I'm not a philosophizer. Or a master of the English language, for that matter, either. But anyway, jokes aside, I'm feeling loopy, chat. It's just... It's not happening between the ears tonight. As I point at my forehead. Anyway. So we get Hevos on both sides as well as Innocuous. The panic point advantage, we were talking about this earlier this evening, but when you have this sort of panic point advantage or disadvantage, it matters. It is progressing the game. The damage will add up over time, but the expectation is that you have a long time, especially on a large map such as this. So we get an attractor coming down, which we're actually playing a mirrored game here. This, well, to a degree. This is kind of comical. The attractor, of course, complicates things on both sides. Haukany has been chronically a, how do we put this? Proponent of aggressive strategies, or leaning into aggression. We'll have to see how stalemate-y this particular standoff gets, simply because we have attractors staring at each other. It's very dangerous to try and advance. But the bank leads into what we were mentioning in the notes earlier. That is a Mildred. So what is bad guy going to answer? The answer is boss. I don't hate this. Boss is generally a pretty good answer, especially in conjunction with the other things on the board, although the snowball's a little out of position. It's possible for the boss to just kind of get in next turn and blow up the attractor, but I imagine bad guy, for some reason, like, why did this happen? Hold on, we gotta look at this again. So, Mildred just hit the board, right? Mildred just hit the board, and boss is the answer. All right, I got boss. We're going in. Load it up, boys. Get in the bus. Where are we dropping? You're actually just dropping, as in, like, flies, because you just opened yourself up to an attractor yoink into a Mildred hit. I have bad news for you. It is Ouchtown population bad guy. Oh, no. A tractor goes down. We get the panic point recap. Oh, and by the way, we'll just take some extra pot shots and finish up with a Mr. Tramples. That's pretty... And look at this. It's already down to half health. Your forces are decimated. Yeah, you're going to get it. You're fired. There's a healing spa, but come on. Come on. I don't know why they did that. Always answer with Smiley. I mean, as we talked about it, I don't know that Smiley is a spectacular... Like, on this map, is Smiley a good answer to Mildred? We watched a Smiley lose to a Mildred on this map. I get the draw, and maybe this is bad guy, since you're saying that bad guy responds with Smiley commonly to Mildred. It's possible that they said, hey, it hasn't been working, let me try a different line. And, I mean, that makes sense. But right now, we're like, look at this, Hevo for this, and it's going to be more. It's going to be more. Yes, that attractor pull did not ultimately end all of the phobies on your opponent's side, but it effectively ended all of the phobies on your opponent's side. Like, even get the attractor heal here. Have we found, like, is this a Mildred map now, chat? I know we've seen a lot of Mildred games from Big She, and I know that Haukany has been, we'll say, exploring some strategies with Mildred. But is this a Mildred map? Realistically, a lot of this was set up by Attractor, and hypothetically, that Mildred could have been a boss. It just would not have been as powerful. But we finally see the Attractor for our hero go down. Do we get a cool Mr. Tramples play here is the question. This is the definitive Mildred map? Is it? Like, look at this Mildred! Look at this Mildred! I get a lot of pressure doing Mildred setup in this map in particular. The thing is so, something that doesn't come up a lot in map assessments, and I know Carsticles, shout out to Carsticles for putting a lot of effort into the map reviews. I don't remember offhand if they do this or not, but some of the things that you need to take notice of is, like, what is the distance from vault to action? And obviously that can vary. Your opponent can back off or take a different part of the map or whatever. But in this map, it's like you have to both be clustered because you get forced into this Coliseum here, or you risk giving up or possession. And then on top of it, it doesn't take a whole lot to get Mildred into the action here. All the points of interest and then the keyhole being right there makes Mildred really good here. I would agree. It seems, and this surely isn't the only map with this particular configuration, this particular setup. But you have to imagine that this seems like a good Mildred map, and it kind of reinforces what I typically say on virtually every stream. But people need to recognize that things aren't stale in Phobies. It's a matter of adapting to different stimuli. And even in this case, even if you thought things were getting stale, we got new maps and all of a sudden the world may be changing. Maybe it reverts back. Maybe it reverts back and we end up with the same thing over again. But we're seeing Mildred dominate multiple times on this map. Honey Bear is also really good on this map. I could absolutely see it. It could still get weird because you could puke on these two safely and then force the fight here. But then you get into this weird one-key trading war, maybe. You could also just puke on theirs. But then it's still about this, is what it boils down to. This map is going to take some getting used to, realistically. We do get the Bad Omen power down here towards the end of the game. But realistically, what is Bad Guy going to do about Mildred? Mildred is now forever in range of their heart. There is certainly not enough damage to kill this Mildred. Absolutely not with a powered down Sucky, for sure. You do get a Bad Omen takedown here. The kitty littering's live. Kitty littering's live. Was that the 4th or the 5th Mildred activation this game, chat? 4th Mildred? How many games do you see where Mildred goes off 4 times? Now, honestly, Bad Guy started to close the gap here, all things considered. But I feel like this is one of those games that appears closer than it actually was at the end of the game. Hey, let's be real. What was Bad Guy supposed to do past the initial elimination and crippling of their forces? Brutal. Brutal, but well done, Haukany. That was pretty cool. Very cool game. But that's going to do it for this game breakdown. If you're interested in getting your own games on stream or just want to come by and either talk Phobies or see some live Phobies action, check out the links in the description, the Random Slots Discord, and of course the live stream. By the way, those likes and subscribes definitely help. That's going to do it for this time. So as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And Black Lives Matter.